Hey everyone, and welcome to today's vlog. Back on my series of the CF Moto 800 MT Touring Edition, and today I'm going to talk about my top 5 favourite things about this bike, because no one's ever done a top 5 favourite things about this bike before. But anyway, I might be repeating other things that people have said, or I might say something different, or it could just be a confirmation. You might be looking for confirmation of what other people are saying about this bike, and then I'll try and be as fair and as balanced as possible. Today I'm out riding with my brother-in-law. He's on his Indian FTR with exhaust so loud that you might not be able to hear me, but we'll give it a try. It's also really windy today. So the first thing I love about this bike is just the price. So I bought this, if you've seen any of my other videos in this series, with 300 Ks on it. It was one of the bikes that the track officials were using at the MotoGP here in Victoria in Australia. And yeah, $1,200 Australian, plus a few on-roads. And here I am riding an amazing bike, which is yeah, so reasonable. I honestly, biking it's a luxury, and to be able to do it affordably is so great. To be able to spend so little and have a warranty, which hopefully won't be needed. And if it's needed, hopefully will be backed up by some really great service. It just gives me that little bit of peace of mind. And yeah, we'll see. If we have to cross that bridge, I'll be sure to film it and document it. But 7,000 Ks in, so far so good. The second thing I love about this bike is the engine. It's so playful, it's so fun. It's got plenty of power, plenty of torque. The induction noise it makes is awesome, and it really gives me a thrill every time I get on this and I think, I get to ride this bike. How cool is that? It sounds like a bucket of bolts. It's not smooth, but it's raucous and it's fun. And when you get over the twitchiness of the throttle at low speeds, you learn to love the fact that it's ready to go as soon as you twist your wrist, when you're moving along, because that, just having that power right there, it's indescribable. It's so much fun and really love it. So the bikes that I've come off are 2014 Triumph Bonneville, which is an 865 360 degree parallel twin, which only has about 65 horsepower. And prior to that I had a Triumph Sprint ST, which is a lot more. I think from memory is about 130 horsepower, inline triple, and yeah, definitely a lot more power, but this feels much more torquey, and the power is more readily available, and perhaps that says more about my riding ability than anything else. My third favourite thing about this bike is the fact that if you're watching this, I assume you digest a lot of YouTube like I do, and particularly motorbike content. And don't get me wrong, I love watching my favourite YouTubers get an adventure bike and do what they call a bike build. I think that's great, but I don't know, I live in the real world with real expenses. Australia is considered one of the most expensive places to live. I don't want to buy a bike and then have to spend a few extra grand on getting it where I want to be, or having all the accessories I want on it. So the fact that I could buy this bike with every single thing I could possibly want on it as stock was amazing. As we get stuck behind a truck. Oh, what a legend. So things like heated grips, heated seat, cruise control, steering dampener, a bit of extra lighting up the front just to make me that little bit more visible, and to be able to see at night, crash protection, the sump guard, even though it's, you know, it's not a great sump guard, it's better than nothing. Just little things like the indicators, all the lights are LED, the indicators are flexible, so if you walk past and knock them, you feel them flex and then just flick back to where they're supposed to be. Just some really thought out details. It has luggage racks on the back of it already, so I didn't, because I got one from the MotoGP, it didn't come with panniers like a lot of these ones did. But I love the fact that I can go out and buy a set of soft panniers and just hang them off that, or even use some of the ones that we had already, and I don't have to spend a few $100s on pannier racks. I love the whole package. Having the ability to monitor your tire pressures. It's just that little peace of mind. You don't have to stop off at a servo or carry an extra bit of piece of equipment. You've just got that ability to look at the screen and and check on that sort of stuff. It's really cool. And even engine faults are so easy to see on the way this is displayed. So that's great. The next thing that I really love about this bike is its handling. I didn't realize that these adventure tourer bikes handled so bloody brilliantly. This bike carves up corners. It's incredible, and I think having the extra suspension travel is so great for our Victorian roads, which are typically pretty shit. And it doesn't matter if you hit a bunch of bumps in the middle of a corner, it just sort of doesn't phase it and keeps going. And on top of that, with the steering dampener and the wide handlebars, you just feel confident and you can really go for it. My Bonneville, its suspension is pretty rough, but it was enjoyable to ride. You could sort of muscle it around, and I enjoyed that. It was fun. Whereas my Sprint, it was heavy, and you'd feel it get shuffled off its line when it would hit some corners or some ripples when you're going around a bend, and it was a really disconcerting feeling. Whereas this, even with the stock tyres, feels really good to ride on, and it's probably the best, most confident motorcycling experience I've had. So what's that? I think that's 3 things or 4 things. I don't know. I'll just keep rambling anyway. The next thing I love about it kind of ties into what I said about that you're buying a complete bike with everything already there, set up, ready to go. So it's quite cold today. It's 13 degrees and it's super windy and quite unpleasant, but given this style of bike, it extends your riding season, so there's so much weather protection that that combined with the heated seat and heated grips, you can pretty much, we're in the depths of winter right now, and yeah, you can go out for a comfortable day's ride without any issues. So yeah, my brother-in-law and I, as soon as we saw a glimpse of sunlight today, we were like, doesn't matter, whatever happens, we're getting out for a ride. So at the moment, the road that we're on is the one between a town called Morwell and Murby North. Murby North's a great destination. It's such a great little town. Any locals in the area or anyone in Victoria who's watching this video, I encourage you to come up and check it out. They were hit by a bit of a cyclone. I think it was at the beginning of this year, and the town's still recovering. They're a really resilient town, but they have these really great festivals. They've got Christmas at the Boo, which is obviously a Christmas festival, and they also have an Italian festival, which is amazing if you like Italian food and culture. And it's definitely a go-to destination. Definitely something that I'd pen into my calendar as a must-go-to event. And if you're a motorcyclist, the roads around here are pretty fun as well, so definitely worth a try.